Hello and welcome. This is Grady Hughes of Grady Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching. I was trying to type something in, it didn't work. Yeah, there you go. Hey, welcome, Timothy. Chloe's outside, so Blue's by himself. Hey, thanks, Jessica Schubach, right out of the gate. Hi, Grand Mods and Freaks. You know, I was thinking last night, today it would be the best move, just one comment, would be for, this is what I think, if you were on the Biden's team, what you would do is, you would get rid of Kamala Harris and put somebody in there that people would be like, wow, okay, that person would be great. So they'd be willing to vote in Biden knowing that he'd probably be out in a year or so, and then that person could take over. But nobody wants Kamala, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's their best move. They wouldn't do that, but you would actually fire her and then replace her with somebody that, you know, most people would like in there. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go on to, we got the, there's these two firefighters that are missing, but the female firefighter is likely abducted the male. They were like boyfriend, girlfriend at one point. Yeah, she's a jilted lover, and like appears to have somehow abducted her. Like she showed up, it seems like, to his workout facility. It's really a weird story, actually. No, that's insane, Plato. 33% of those people are lying when they say that. Yeah. I mean, 33%, the entire 100% of that 33%. Yeah, it's kind of a weird, it's a weird story. Like, or like, I'm not sure if abduction is the right word, but like probably forced him into her car and took him somewhere. So here we go. We'll just go through these, get started on it. I don't want the crybabies to go, gosh, Gray, I didn't check in for politics, you bastard. Even though last night's shows just said, hey, talk about whatever. You know, I didn't really have anything. Thanks, Rob Thomason. And if you don't like my channel, you don't need to do a goodbye post. Just adios. You know, no big deal. Thank you, Rob Thomason. Wow, you're a sheriff. You don't type in too much, do you? I mean, you got the sheriff badge on there. That must be, you've probably been there for, what is that, 2 years or something at least? Yeah, we've got today and tomorrow, the last 2 days of the actual normal days, and then we have our donation night, which, you know, most people don't show up for that, but that's at least when we give out the, you know, I'm trying to be able to give out about like 4,000. Gave out 500 already, so if I can try to do another 3,500, maybe 40, you know, maybe even another 4. We'll see how it goes. But here we go. So missing in the people in America. Ah, Jesus, man, I can't stand Windows when it just pops that out like that. What's going on up there? I'm watching somebody being dragged. Okay. A search is underway for 2 Georgia firefighters. Missing people in America posted on Facebook Wednesday afternoon that 2 firefighters, Chandler Kuhbander and Raegan Anderson, are missing along with their car. Welcome, Kitty C313. The 2 were reported missing on Tuesday and last seen in Midway, Georgia. MPIA said some family members last spoke to Kuhbander at 11:19 a.m. on Tuesday. So when are they saying the 2 were reported on Tuesday? Okay, so that was probably before, like when he's at the gym or something. Both of their phones are off now, but their last known location was Cosby, Tennessee, around 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday. So that's, you know, 2 days ago, right? Is today Friday? I don't even remember. I can't even tell you what day it is half the time. Today's Thursday, right? No, it is Friday. Yeah, that's wild. MPIA labeled this missing person alert as urgent attention, but did not specify why. So this little flyer says 2 firefighters are missing along with their 2017 Ford Focus, which has Georgia license plate GEX655. The female firefighter's name is Raegan Anderson. The family last spoke to Chandler at 11:19 a.m. on the 25th. Both phones are off, but their last known location was Cosby, Tennessee, around 7:30 p.m. on June 25th, 2024. It's believed they are headed straight for the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area. The car they are known to be in is a black, low-profile 2017 Ford Focus with Georgia license plate reading GEX655, featuring a Firefighter logo on the plate. And it says MPI believes they are headed straight to Gatlinburg. Let's see what this says. Does it play?
The plaintiffs and Red Roof Inn have settled.
We've been covering this civil. There was something that you could play, but it played something else. All right, so that's the first article, and we move on. And look at this right here, the Georgia Gazette. Raegan Anderson, Raegan Lee, date of booking 6/22. So that is really only 3 days before this all went down. Reasons for booking: criminal damage to property, 2nd degree. So that's related to her against this guy, right? They were dating, and I think they broke up, so she went and just destroyed something, and she got arrested. So she's a psycho. She's like Jodi Arias. Kind of reminds me, though, of in the Raegan case, the ex-wife in that one, you know, just kind of bulky and just sort of like psycho, or a little bit like Shabusiness.
Police are searching for the people you see there. That's Raegan Anderson and Chandler Kuhbander. Police say Anderson was last seen at the Liberty County Fire Services Station 1 in Midway. Anderson may be with Kuhbander.
I know. Any idea why there's that music playing? Okay. They were last seen Tuesday evening near Cosby, Tennessee. Screw that. Smoke eaters. I mean, I guess that's what you call firefighters, but let's just call them firefighters, all right? Raegan Anderson and Chandler Kuhbander were last seen on Tuesday evening in the area of Cosby, Tennessee, about 60 miles east of Knoxville, near North Carolina border and Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Here, let me see where that is. I have the Cosby, Tennessee location. Okay, well that's Cosby, Tennessee right there. This is, so the Great Smoky Mountains might go all the way in here. Maybe there's these trails here, you know. Psycho, Jesus. Kuhbander and Anderson are firefighters with the Liberty County Fire Service outside Savannah. Hinesville police believe the pair are traveling together in Anderson's black 2017 Ford Focus and could be in danger. Kuhbander and Anderson were last seen on Tuesday morning in Midway, Georgia, about 30 miles south of Savannah, authorities said. Family members told police that they last spoke to Kuhbander at around 11:20 on Tuesday. Hinesville police and Kuhbander, hold on. I had to sneeze there. Both Kuhbander and Anderson's cell phones were mysteriously turned off by 7:30 p.m., cops said. Authorities suspect the pair could be headed for Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area of Tennessee. Hinesville police are asking police to keep an eye out for Anderson's Ford Focus. Now that was on the 27th, and there's another one on the 27th. Police searching for two members of Hinesville Fire Department.
Urgent search for two missing Georgia firefighters who may have
alive.
traveled through
11
Metro
alive.
Atlanta. So take a look
alive.
at this. This is 24-year-old Chandler Kuhbander.
Oh, by the way, there's a YouTuber out there. You know all those interviews that I did in the Madeline Soto case? All four of those interviews. They just put them all on their channel as individual videos, with just mildly critiquing and playing the whole thing, and didn't even give any credit at all on any videos. No link, nothing. I mean, that is just such bogus crap that people do out there, you know. It's just, I can't stand it. Can't stand it.
Police said that his family have not spoken to him since Monday morning and that he was traveling from Liberty County up to Tennessee. His phone is now turned off, but it last pinged in Cosby, Tennessee. This is right outside Gatlinburg, so police believe that he is traveling with a fellow firefighter right now, Raegan Anderson, but the situation between the two is unclear right now as we speak, and they are said to be traveling in a black 2017 Ford Focus. If you know anything about their well-being, their whereabouts, you're urged to contact police.
Let's see. I was looking this stuff up. So I think this is where they live. So like Raegan lives here, and then Chandler's home is right here. I mean, we can take a look at him if we want. Maybe the black Ford Focus will be sitting in the, because I think this would be her car. His vehicle was found at the gym's parking lot. So I think that's hers. Not much going on there. Hey, look at that, 47 months. But hey guys, if you're out there, we're getting close to the end of the month. If you'd like to help support the channel, I know times aren't the greatest, but if you're able to, and you can help support the channel tonight. I know we're not, tonight we're just covering some random different cases. I got a Grady Judd press conference that was like 30 minutes long where they arrested 60-something people with fentanyl and a baby that died as a result or something. It's pretty crazy, but that might be pretty interesting just to see. Oh yeah, so I was back at the map here. That's Reagan's house. And then she's like 10 miles away from Chandler, his house. He lives here. I don't know if he might just live with, that looks like that's old, and I don't think that house is still there anymore. Whatever that is, I don't think that that's still there. Looks like a trailer, doesn't it? But now look at it. That doesn't look like that at all. It looks like a kind of a bigger sort of a house. Let's go. Well, we can just check. Let's see if we go back to like 2008. Yeah, maybe it is the same. It just looks like that. Like I said, it is the same. Like something goes back in the background. Tuesday. So that's where he lives, and then the Liberty County Fire Station, they put number 1, but it's number 12 because there isn't a number 1 in this area. So I'm pretty sure that's it right there. I don't know. I don't really care if it's a double wide or what it is. And then from there, it was up in... Oh yeah, I got it right here. What was the town that they said that the gym was in? I guess we'll just go on to the next article. I'm sure it's in it. Parents desperate for answers after disappearance of Liberty. Okay, that looks kind of like the one I was just looking at. Let's make sure. Yeah, I don't really see stuff like this too much. Let's see if I got the right one. I mean, sort of looks like that, but not really. It has the similar kind of shape. But this is 2023, so... I don't know, it's the only fire department in that little town that they said it was in, so... Let's see. Yeah, see? It's the only fire department in Liberty. So that's got to be it. I don't know if they're just giving us B-roll footage or what they're doing here, but...
This last weekend, Anderson was arrested in Pooler after vandalizing Kuhbander's car. Her mugshot is on your screen now. According to Jane Kuhbander, Chandler's mom, Anderson is currently out on bond. Detectives with Hinesville Police Department say the two were last seen in Savannah at the Crunch Fitness at the Savannah Mall and drove off in a black 2017 Ford Focus with a license plate GEX655. They were last seen Monday night in Cosby, Tennessee. The parents are asking to be on the lookout and be vigilant.
I really just want my son to come home. His whole family misses him.
Yeah, we want them both home safe. But you know, I mean, he's our son, so obviously everybody asks, like, well, nobody's ever said anything about her being home safe. We do. We want them both home. But when it's your son,
it's my child.
You know, you want your son home safe.
I've called the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the FBI Bureau in Memphis, as well as...
All right, let's see, let me just type that in. Liberty County Islands Fire Station. Yeah, I mean, that's nowhere near there. So way over here by Raegan's. I don't think that's correct though. I read where it was in. Let's see, let me put this in. No, I don't think so. What? You know, that's probably, that doesn't even look right. Is it that smaller? It doesn't even look like a fire station. I don't know. I think it's the one I got. Let's take a look at this one. That one looks a hell of a lot better. Let me go back. Here, let's just start the page over with that. Ah, man.
This last weekend, Anderson was arrested. There must be.
I really just want to see
Everybody both home.
Yes.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
Yep, that's the one right there. Even has the same trees like that. We see over there and right there. It's the same one. So I guess that's the one. I'll put a pin there. Thanks, Kami and Georgina Stoliker. Man, not sure what's going on. So I guess it's not far from that one. It says number 20-1. Jeez, I feel like I got allergies or something. Thanks, PG. Well, tonight seems like it's going to be like it was 2 nights ago. I have that feeling. Let's see. So it says here, Hinesville police are searching for 2 missing Liberty County firefighters, Raegan Anderson and Chandler Kuhbander. On Thursday, Jane and Jocelyn Kuhbander sat down with WJCL to speak about their disappearance. I think we just listened to what they had to say there. Let's see what this says. As many of you have seen, we are looking to locate Raegan Anderson and Chandler Kuhbander. While we are still searching for them, we wanted to share a photo of the vehicle they could possibly be in. Below is a picture Raegan Anderson's vehicle, a black 2017 Ford Focus. If anyone, I mean, I don't even know how this all worked out. I mean, did you have her drive your car and she has a gun on him, or, you know? On June 22nd, well, I guess this is June 22nd, so hold on. I'm not sure what day of the week that is. That's a Saturday, sorry. According to, so there's your answer to your question, Plato. I thought it was said the 25th, but it's actually the Pooler Police Department report. Anderson. Oh wait, no, this is right. So just listen for a second. On June 22nd, according to Pooler Police Department report, Anderson vandalized Kuhbander's vehicle after a date he was on with a different woman. Oh man. So they broke up and now she's the woman scorned. This might not turn out very well here. Police arrested her after the incident. Okay. Then Kuhbander's mother tells WJCL 22 that Anderson posted bond to 2 charges, criminal damage to property and disorderly conduct. It is unknown which day Anderson posted bond, but Monday she went to Crunch Fitness. Okay, now we can get that. And that's probably, and that's a mall, right? What's the name of this mall? Oglethorpe Mall. Okay, so yes, this is the right place. Crunch Fitness. This is in Savannah. So I think that was something like 20 miles away from home. So apparently he drives a long ways to go to a gym. And I bet you, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he was working out with somebody, but so they live way over here, and then the gym's over in Savannah at this mall. Thanks, Michelle H. You know, maybe it's new. So it's in there anyways. Maybe they changed it. What year is this? This is 2019, this image here. So this is pre-COVID, and a lot of businesses shut down, and then it probably came back as a gym. That's what I would guess. All right? So there you go. Thanks. That is also is Kuhbander's gym. Okay, so it is unknown which day Anderson posted bond. But Monday she went to Crunch Fitness. So that's, is that her gym too? You didn't say it was her gym. You just said she went there. That is also Kuhbander's gym. Maybe they're wording it like that. When you say also, though, it feels like you're saying that it's her gym. His mother says the mall allowed her to see security camera footage that showed Anderson driving around the gym parking lot while Kuhbander inside. Wow. So, well, his mother says the mall allowed her, the mother, to see security camera footage that showed Anderson driving around the gym parking lot while Kuhbander was inside. Man, that's creepy. At 11:40 a.m., my son walks out of the building, and he looks very comfortable. So that's when, I guess that 11:30 or 11:40 they were talking about. He looks very comfortable, like he just had his workout, said Kuhbander's mother. He doesn't look rushed as he walks through the parking lot. After that, we don't see him again. The next thing Kuhbander's parents saw in the video was a black 2017 Ford Focus. What's going on with those black Ford Focuses, huh? Driving off the parking lot. You don't want to be in this position, and when you see it on television, I can see how they feel, said Jane Kuhbander. Then it hits you like I'm at that. Then it hits you like I am that person. I do feel that way. This is terrifying, and you have no answers. Kuhbander's parents remain hopeful. Their son and his ex-girlfriend are found safe. We want them both home safe, but you know, he's our son, said Justin Kuhbander. Anyone with information is asked to contact Hinesville Police Department. Man, this is a weird one here. It's usually the other way around, you know. But women can be psychos too, right?
This last weekend, Anderson was arrested in Pooler after vandalizing Kuhbander's car. Her mugshot is on your screen now. According to Jane Kuhbander, Chandler's mom, Anderson is currently out on bond. Detectives with Hinesville Police Department say the two were last seen in Savannah at the Crunch Fitness at the Savannah Mall and drove off in a black 2017 Ford Focus with a license plate GEX655. They were last seen Monday night in Cosby, Tennessee. The parents are asking to be on the lookout and be vigilant.
I really just want my son.
Yeah, so You got the June 22nd is when she was arrested for vandalizing his car, then posted bond. And then on the 25th, just 3 days later, on a Tuesday, she appears to have abducted him. I'm not sure how she's able to, sort of commandeer him. I mean, it's her car, so she pulls out a gun. Get in my car, get in my car. So he gets in the car, but then how do you maintain a gun on somebody while you're driving around? It seems just kind of odd. It's difficult to do that. So I guess that's the timeline. At 10 a.m. Monday, Kuhbander calls his mother and tells her that Anderson has been blowing up his phone. He is seen going to Crunch Fitness at the Oglethorpe Mall. So so it was the 24th, not the 25th, so Monday. Guess we finally got the right date now. He is seen going to Church Fitness at Oglethorpe Mall. 11:40 a.m. Video shows Kuhbander leaving the gym, but police say he never returned to his vehicle. Video also shows Anderson's vehicle, a black. I mean, that's just weird, man. Justin Kuhbander, I think a brother, or it might be the uncle or brother or father, I don't really know, but he said Wendy O'Neill Newton, she threatened to commit suicide and left a note. She stalked him at his gym. She manipulated him to get in the car, and the last phone ping was in Tennessee. Man. So they go from this general area over here. He goes to the fitness center. He works out at 11:40. He exits the gym, and then her vehicle's seen picking him up. Somehow he gets into the car, and then after that, they go way up to. How come I don't have that one in there? Raegan Crunch. What was the name of the town again? Hold on. Yeah. Cosby, Tennessee. Okay. All right, you guys, we're doing the same thing tonight as last night, though. We're doing the spin. All right, you get a notebook with a stress ball and a pen. For every $5 that you send in, you get like a I don't know if you call it a pie wedge or whatever the hell you want to call it, but that's what you get. So just trying to get the ball rolling again tonight. We're struggling right out of the gate. See, last night when I talked about politics for a little bit, everybody was more excited. I think that's why people do those politics shows. Yeah, we did it last night, Plato. And we only do the spin if we get to the goal, so and then the rest just carry over. Yeah, currently we're at 1/8. Now we know there's something wrong. It's obviously he was abducted. Yeah, the whole dog thing left at home, it's just irrelevant. He isn't missing on his own, okay? She's a psycho. She damaged his vehicle. She called him over and over and over again. She was seeing somebody else. He was seeing somebody else. So she shows up and somehow got him to get in the vehicle, and then, I don't even know. She might have done something to him right away in that vehicle. Hey, thanks, Lisa Valenzuela, adding you to the spin right as we speak. Yeah, especially when your guy gets crushed. Yeah. Yeah, last night's show was just whatever I want. I mean, there's no way last night you can't talk about the debate, okay? There's just no chance. I mean, it's like the biggest thing in our country by a mile for a moment. And, you know, came on late. Had a title that was just kind of generic, you know, and... What do you mean that's like reverse? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so this is crazy. So she is a nut job, this girl, Jodi Arias type, you know. She called him up over and over and over again, like stalking him, and, you know, they were dating, right? So they were dating for a while. They broke up, and then he was seeing somebody else. And after she found out that he was seeing somebody else, she went and damaged his car. Then she got arrested for that. And then she paid her own bond, and she got out. And then she showed up at the gym that he was working out at, and he exits the gym seemingly totally normal, and then somehow, you know, I could see him getting into her car like, can I just talk to you? Can I just talk to you? And then boom, pulls out a gun or something, because there's no way he just would have kept going with her. You know, he could have got out a whole bunch of different spots, and it makes me kind of nervous that something's already happened to him. You know? How can we keep retracting your messages, Diana? Over and over again. All right. So if you send in more than 5, I mean, if you send 10 in, you get 2 pie wedges, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just like last night, Lisa Wilkerson won because she sent in like, you know, I didn't even say I was even playing the game, but she said she sent in like $90, which eventually equals 18 pie wedges, right? That's why you stay by yourself? I don't know what that means, Robin. Hey, thanks, Kitty313. All right, so we're going to move to, let's see. I think that might be, let's see what this says here. Hold on. Please do not delete. We need your help. I live in Georgia, and our family loves the area. My son, who's 24, 5'11", medium build, last seen in dark t-shirt and gym shorts, is a firefighter in Liberty County, Georgia. His unstable and dangerous ex-girlfriend is also a firefighter and obtained my son yesterday, or obtained, I'm not sure if that's the right word you want to use, obtained my son yesterday, and the trail is leading to this area. Several people and detective departments are involved. She is a danger to herself and my son. They do not believe he is with her willingly. They may end up hiking or pulled off, going to Reagan's diner or places he has told her about in the past. His phone and hers are no longer on. Please, if you are out and about and see a black, low-profile 2017 Ford Focus, Georgia license plate, GEX655, with a firefighter logo, well, I think just the license plate would be good enough, logo on the plate, or either of these two, call 911 and explain they are a missing person and on a nationwide bolo. Please message me, as we are trying to pinpoint their location to bring my son home safe. Oh, and thank you, Amita out there. She's a supporter that doesn't really ever comment in the comment section, but sent me a PayPal yesterday, so thank you. Thank you, Jen P. This is her. Doesn't she remind you of the Bright Again? Hold on, let me get that off this. Doesn't she remind you of the Bride person right there? You know, what's her face? Oh, man. Let me see if I can find her. I mean, they're almost clones, really. Where the hell is that one of those pictures where she's like... Ah, God, she looks hideous. Look at that. Look at that right there. Like a shot putter or something. Brightigan's the case where they, you know, put the I think, I don't know if her name is, what the hell's her name? Got a weird last name. That's the one where they put the tire on the ground. Let me look at her. Jesus. Man, what a... Yeah, Shana, S-H-A-N-N-A, Gardner, and Mario Fernandez. That's the case where they... I covered that from the beginning. And, you know, had it all figured out. I was on Cart TV for that one, too. I know exactly where the tire was that they placed in the road, and likely the scenario, and working through what the scenario was absolutely accurate. And it turns out that that's exactly what happened. I mean, Mario, I think, was a lookout up the road, and this other guy that was arrested, too, he's the one that they're cutting a deal with. He's actually the shooter, but he wasn't the planner of it. That was Shanna Gardner and Mario at the same time. Anyways, I think she looks just like this person. And so there you have it on that case. Yeah, well, it's Shanna, S-H-A-N-N-A. So no more takers for the spin, you guys? I don't know. Please, you just heard what they said about it. They did the update that I read you. All right, and then also I was going to bring up something in the, I don't know where they're at. You know, they were near Cosby. They could be anywhere at this point. They might be up in the mountains over here, but other than that, there's just no way of guessing or anything. There hasn't been another sighting to get a trajectory or anything. So. So we're going to just talk about this other, you know, in the Caleb Harris case. There's even another case out there that is similar to what happened with the sewage situation. So it says a Muncie family has been dealing with heartbreak and uncertainty for the last 2 years surrounding the death of their loved one, 41-year-old Michael Coates. On May 19th, 2019, Coates was last seen at his home in Muncie. The next day, his body was found by workers inside the Muncie wastewater treatment plant. So what's weird about in his case, yeah, we said that all, Zozo. We've already said all that stuff. Yeah. So anyways, he was at a wastewater treatment plant. So he might have just been placed into the wastewater treatment plant. I don't know if he was brought through the sewage pipes or anything like that. Thanks, Paulette Leonard. And it says he was an awesome brother, the baby brother. Teresa never had the chance to say goodbye. It's hard. There's so much pain that it's put all of us through. I mean, we might go circle back to the first case later. I just want to get through all the rest of this stuff. He was a very caring person. I mean, he would do anything for anybody. Teresa said Coates' son was 16 at the time of his passing. He missed out on him teaching him how to drive. He's not going to be there for anything at all. It's now been 2 years since Coates' death, and investigators are still working to answer several major questions. The biggest of all is what happened to him. I wait and hope. Muncie Police Detective Dustin Lee, the lead detective on the case, told Fox 59 some of those answers they're hoping to get include what Coates was doing prior to his death, where he was, what led to his death, and whether anyone witnessed what happened. Perhaps one of the biggest questions of all was foul play involved. From the beginning of the investigation, police told Fox 59 they don't believe Coates' death to be an accident. And watch, we're going over all these other ones, and it's not his body that was in the... Like Caleb Harris, let's just say Caleb Harris isn't the body that's in there. You know? So, I mean, we always have to remember that's a possibility. Due to the undetermined manner of death, we can't prove that there was foul play at this time. Like I said, there was a lot of stories that are circulating out there that may seem that there was something that went on prior to. Without the help from the community and eyewitnesses or people who have heard firsthand from someone who was there, it's very hard to change that from a death investigation to a homicide. Yeah, I'm not going to keep reading that one, but let's see. This is from the time of just have to disable the ad blocker. All right, there we go. So I guess it looked like that. See, that looks similar to the one, that's the one that was 8 miles away in Caleb Harris's case. You know, so they're saying, you know, they checked the wastewater treatment facility because that's where body parts, if they made it through the pump, would make its way to that eventually. The body found Monday, this is 2019, at a Westside wastewater treatment plant has been identified as that of Muncie man. Delaware County Coroner Rick Howell said relatives of the man, Michael Donald Coates, 41, were notified of his death on Wednesday morning. Hey, thanks, just a friend. See, there's 2 entries for you. It's Freak Donation Challenge. Who's in? I hope so, just a friend, but it's feeling like another one of those nights. Authorities said Wednesday they remained uncertain how Coates' remains ended up in the filtration system. His identification came after an email including photographs was sent to local police, and an officer recognized a tattoo on the body. Joe Todd, a city police captain, said on Wednesday investigators had just met with Muncie Sanitary District officials and learned there was a filtration system large enough to carry human remains stretching across the city as far as, southeast, as near as Southern Pines public housing complex. See, there you go. That's sort of the how far away was, if that is Caleb, where did he actually enter into the system? Hey, thanks. Gene Salzman. And said, hey, just a friend. Hell yeah, I'm in. And then Deanne Yackley. Let me put that in there. All right. Just like the old times. Put them in. Put the spins in. We're guessing he entered through a manhole. See, look how weird these are. They're all the same. You know, we're guessing he entered through a manhole somewhere on the city's south side, he added. Todd had noted Tuesday there were locations on the property of the treatment plant where the body could have entered that system. See, it's the same sort of theorizing. Hey, did he get put into this well here, or did he come through a manhole pipe somewhere? However, the difficulties in reaching those areas make that possibility seem unlikely. The body could not have flowed in from White River, authorities have said. A Tuesday autopsy failed to establish a cause of death for Coates. He didn't drown, Todd said Tuesday. No disease, no obvious signs of trauma. So that means he was dead before being likely placed into the manhole area. And I kind of think that might be what happened to Caleb Harris, if it turns out that that's what his fate was, that somebody killed him. Because I think it's going to be related to the Reddit post. Toxicology tests are pending. Investigators determined Coates was last seen in touch with a family member on Sunday morning. Anyone who saw the Muncie man after that should call police. And this is, let's see what this one says. The Muncie family is still looking for answers after 3 years of heartbreak and uncertainty following the death of 41-year-old Michael Coates. Coates was last seen on May 19, 2019 at his home in Muncie. The next day, workers inside the Muncie wastewater treatment plant found his body on a conveyor used to filter out debris. Jeez. Haven't we seen other cases like that too? Like at recycling centers? And it's hard because you don't really think that's going to be the last time you see your loved one, said Coates' sister, Teresa Dodd. After 3 years following Coates' death, investigators are still looking for answers to several key questions, including how he died. Although police cannot definitively say what happened before he was found, they say they do not believe his death was an accident, and neither does his family. Even to this day, the death is undetermined. Detective Dustin Lee with the Muncie Police Department said, "I don't think this is an accident. Now, does that make it a homicide per se? No, but I don't think he ended up where he was by accident." Yeah, I mean, but if somebody died randomly, accidentally, I don't think you'd be throwing him into a... I mean, I guess he could have overdosed on drugs or something, and then somebody panicked and threw him into a manhole. Someone out there knows exactly what happened and was probably there when it happened. Maybe more than one person. Dodd said she hopes whoever knows what happened will come forward. They just don't realize how much it hurts the family not knowing, not having the answers that we need, she said. We suffer every day of our lives. And if you're actually out there and watching, if you have any knowledge of this, call 765-749-4933. Coates' family is offering a $5,000 reward. See, there's another one. See how they're all kind of, there's like many of those? It's pretty wild, though, to think that you could put a body in a manhole. And I mean, I see how it might work. Like you put a body in a manhole and then, but in that case, it seems like the entire body floated through. So I think some of these pipes are big enough where a full body can be transported down these long pipes and eventually make it into the water treatment facility. And then once he got in it seems like before he made it into the water treatment facility, or maybe after, I don't know, but there's a probably this device that takes off items that are floating and brings it up a conveyor belt. And there he was. So that was just a kind of a Caleb Harris sort of related type of thing. And we don't know what happened to him. I think it's related to Reddit. It's also possible that, I guess it's possible he just stumbled and fell into a manhole and somehow couldn't catch himself before going into the manhole, and then this doesn't make any sense. I think if you fell into a manhole, you would put your arms out, you'd catch the sides, and you'd not fall into the freaking manhole. Like I said before, what do you think? He jumped in, put his hands next to each other like he was going down a water slide? I don't think so. Yeah. A super fear of big rats and roaches, huh, Blaze? Crazy. All right, we're going to switch over now to the Grady Judd press conference. All right. But while it's playing, if you're out there and you're able to support the channel, we'll put you up on the spin wheel if it's 5 or more, and we'll get you a spin at the end of the show. But I'm just going to play the press conference, and we're only doing the spin if we get to the goal. So it'll be that I'll transfer them over to the next show or something. But we've had 2 days in a row where we didn't reach the goal, then a day we did, and then now we're on another day that's struggling a little bit. Let me get the, how come I can't?
Thank you very much for being with us today, ladies and gentlemen. First, before we begin, let me introduce to you Robert Miller. He's with the statewide prosecutor's office, and I asked him, I said, "Are you going to talk, Robert, in this press conference?" He says, "No, I'll do my talking in court." And we also have my dear friend Mark Britnell. He is the special agent in charge out of the Tampa office. This investigation absolutely unequivocally would not be possible without the cooperation and the teamwork and the partnership of our folks. It also wouldn't be possible without Governor Ron DeSantis and the Florida legislature. This is a safe case. As you know, it's money that was created by the legislature, signed by the governor, so that we could go after these folks dealing fentanyl and killing people across the state of Florida. This was one of the very first cases that you see here today. So I'm going to give you the highlights of this case, and then we'll accept questions after the fact. And I want to introduce you to Operation Ruski. It is a family affair. And it all started with Pilar Rivera, and she's married to Hector Baez Torres. And they apparently, or wanted everyone to believe, only ran legitimate businesses. On Highway 98 North in Lakeland, they had the bait shop, Ruski's Bait Shop, and Ruski's Motorcycle Parts and Repair Shop. And their people would have legitimate business. We find it ironic that why these businesses appeared legitimate, this is how they washed their money from their dope deals. So these businesses are operating. In fact, Hector got on to people for smoking marijuana. He said, "We can't have the odor of marijuana in our business. It's bad for business." So why he's telling his legitimate employees, which have nothing to do with the dope world, hey, no.
Thank you, Kelly Snyder.
No marijuana smoking here. It's bad for business. Here's what's really going on. When you look, there's Hector and his wife. That's the CEO and the CFO. His wife took care of all the money. She took care of the money not only for the legitimate business, but for the drug trade. And then you come down and you look, and this Jimmy Lee Baez Riviera, who's 23, she is the daughter of Pilar and Hector, and Miguel is her boyfriend. She is an assistant to Miguel. Miguel is the one that actually received the dope from the big-time dope dealers, and then he would distribute it down to the lieutenants, who would then sell it on the street. So Hector would order the drugs. He, for the most part, kept his hands off of the drugs. However, Miguel would be the one who made sure the drugs got to this level. Everyone boxed in red here is charged with racketeering. So when the investigation began, we thought, well, heck, we've got street level drug dealing. We were buying fentanyl. Do you see this? I mean, what else do you put in a Ziploc bag? Yeah, that's right, a commercial Ziploc bag this size. So this is about 0.2 of a gram of flour that's to imitate 0.2 of a gram of fentanyl. And these are the people they're selling to. This was totally a street operation. So we started this investigation
Look at that.
arresting people that were buying drugs from their dealers and distributors. We saw these folks. They were also entrepreneurs. Many of them would buy 5 bags for $25, maybe 10 bags, and then they would use part of it and sell part of it. So even though they were paying $5 a bag, they would sell it for a profit, at least enough to pay for their drug deal. So when we started this in January 12th, 2021, we were working the street, and all of a sudden, our detective said, oh my gosh, these folks are cranking out 500 to 1,000 bags of this a day in Lakeland from this one operation. So they needed to go further. So we set up wiretaps or communication interceptions through warrants. We saw that this immediately went across county lines. We were already working this investigation with FDLE and the safe money, and we always need our statewide prosecutor. Ashley Moody is the best, and she's on this, and she gave us the team of statewide prosecutors. So what did this tell us? It told us, okay, now we figured out that Pilar and Hector are the top of the organization. We defined the hierarchy. We figured out the next level was part of the family affair. We figured out who they were. Then we figured out the operators, and 2 of the operators are boyfriend and girlfriend, Wilma Fuentes and Luis. We also figured out that as these people at this level were arrested, they would quit letting them deal dope. They would distance themselves. We also figured out that because of the intricacies of this operation, our interception of communication solidified our racketeering charges. Now it's interesting. On June the 20th, our folks served a total of 6 search warrants. One was served by FDLE, and Osceola, we served the other 5.
Did you hear what I said?
And we seized a lot of things. We seized motorcycles. We wiped out and seized everything from the bait shop because we were able to funnel the money and see it follow back up to be laundered at the legitimate places.
Come on,
we
man.
seized guns.
What's wrong with you?
Ladies and gentlemen, I say this every time, and I'm going to say it once again, and you'll hear it the next time. People who want you to believe that drugs are low level and nonviolent are either mentally insane or they're flat out lying to you. We see 2 names in red here. This drug killed at least 2 people from fentanyl overdose. Now, we didn't track all of these folks. We arrested a total of 64 people. So we don't know how many others we Narcaned or were Narcaned to save their lives, or how many of these others of just this snapshot, because we quit arresting these street level people because it was putting heat on our ability to move up the chain of command. And then you have the guns. You know, Louis
that's just
Vuitton.
one step
How many
above
of you have a Louis Vuitton semi-automatic rifle? Hey,
5
you ought to
brain
be
cells,
trendy while you do
4
this.
aren't working.
Or when we went to serve the search warrant on Miguel, here's the interesting thing about Miguel. You know what happened? He had his gun. That's right. He had his gun he hid in the attic. We were sure that our detectives were going to end up in a shootout with Miguel. But after an hour and a half, our hostage and our negotiators, our hostage negotiators, and in this case, our barricade negotiators, talked him out of the attic, and we were able to arrest him and take this gun without a shootout. That's the talent.
I think you're right. I think he's intentionally saying it wrong. Hey, thanks, Peter. All right, you guys, we got to 50% already. Got you up for the spin here. So we're doing the spin for, you know, the notebook, stress ball, and pen. For every $5, you get a pie wedge.
Of these detectives that worked this case.
What was that other time somebody
We seized
purposely...
legions of property, as I talked about. I've got to tell you about Miguel.
I think it was like George Bush when he'd say Al-Qaeda, you know, whatever he'd say. He'd always, or you know, what was the thing that he always said? I think he intentionally said it like that.
Miguel earned $1 a bag for every bag he sold. Well, you think about it. $500 to $1,000 in cash a day is not bad. And Miguel told us upon his arrest, 30 years for $1. That's what he told us over and over and over after he was arrested. He should have thought about that ahead of time. Then he would have put his head in his hands and tell the detectives, I can't believe it. This guy may be like the dumbest person on the face of the earth. 30 years I'm going to get. 30 years for $1. Finally, he figured it out. But that wasn't all. He managed to have his wife tied up in it. Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains? Or his girlfriend tied up in it, and her mama and her daddy.
That's a good shit.
We figured the gross income was about $2.7 million during this operation. It's interesting that as we served...
I don't know what this one is. Let's see.
Stupid is being nice. You're an absolute moron. these search warrants that you had Wilma. Wilma wanted to kind of be on the sideline, but she delivered dope when Lewis was not available. Let me tell you what we discovered during the investigation. Lewis didn't miss his meals.
Yeah, I was going to actually say that she probably had a pizza crust tucked under her chin somewhere.
Everything stopped while he had a lunch break. Everything. Well, Wilma would deliver the dope when he was on a lunch break. So his lunch got her wrapped up in a racketeering charge. We thought that was humorous. It's interesting that they said that when they were doing the undercover operation, they would see these folks buy 1 bag, 5 bags, 10 bags, resell. Then when their IRS money came, they would be buying 100 bags or 150 bags at a time. So IRS money contributed to the drug running and the drug using and the drug selling on the street level. Now we could literally talk for a long time about all of the nuances of this case, but I think you've pretty well figured it out. Guns and dope equal violence and death. And why these fools can't figure out the obvious that we all understand is a surprise to me every day. But I want to turn this over once again to my colleague and my friend who is in charge of a great group of agents for...
I wish Grady Judd was our Attorney General. Anyways, I got to play this one just because it's not going to fit anywhere here, but it's my favorite one.
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp. FDL Lee, who work with us.
That's the greatest.
Every day on long-term, big-scale investigations.
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
Good morning. On behalf of Commissioner Mark Glass, I'm Mark Brutnell, the Special Agent in charge for FDLE Tampa. I'm honored to be here today to stand alongside Sheriff Judd and our investigative team in the back. You guys did an amazing job on this case. Today's arrest, as the Sheriff spoke about, is a SAFE case. The SAFE program, otherwise known as State Assistance for Fentanyl Eradication, was signed into law by Governor DeSantis a year ago, this upcoming Monday, July 1st of 2023. The Polk County Sheriff's Office was ready and willing and able to help out in this cause. This case here was the first SAFE case in the state of Florida. It was signed on in July 14th of 2023. And like the majority of our SAFE cases, this was a case that was targeting drug trafficking organizations that were peddling poison to our citizens. So I pulled the numbers for the statewide SAFE initiative for the first year, and they're very, very impressive. So to date, we've had statewide 110 SAFE investigations across the state. We've had $14.7 million obligated towards these investigations. And the numbers speak for themselves. We've seized over 37 kilos of fentanyl, 30,000 fentanyl pills, 55 kilos of cocaine, 20 kilograms of methamphetamine, almost $500,000 in currency seized. To the sheriff's point earlier, 72 firearms, and an astonishing 410 arrests. And that does not include this case. Again, these target the drug trafficking organizations to try to keep our families safe. I'm not going to say that the sheriff and I are very competitive, but we're very competitive. So those cases, the Polk County Sheriff's Office has been a stalwart in this. They have probably the most cases of any agency in Florida. The Tampa Bay region, I'm proud to say, has had a very good response to this SAFE program, and we've put a lot of bad people in jail that deserve to be in jail, and we've taken a lot of drugs off the street. It's not for a lack of trying, it's for partnerships, as the sheriff spoke, between Attorney General Moody's office, FDLE, the Polk County Sheriff's Office. The teamwork is amazing, and I do expect us to be here a lot more with SAFE cases moving forward, as the legislature and the governor have, for this upcoming budget, have again assigned us lots of money to keep this initiative going. So again, I want to thank everyone in the back room, investigators, great job. I'm very proud to stand here for this case. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sheriff.
Before I open the floor up to questionings, I want to highlight once again.
Thank you, Wendy.
The safe money allows us to operate at bigger levels, at higher levels, because it allows us to deal with kilos of fentanyl and to be one of the big guys, one of the big dope dealers, except that we're not. We're the dope cops, and we're able to interact. So the legislature, which normally doesn't get the credit, the Governor DeSantis, which normally doesn't get the credit for a big drug case, understand that because of their leadership, we're able to save lives in the state of Florida. And that's what we've done by taking this fentanyl off.
I think DeSantis would be a really good president. You know, I was kind of hoping he had a little bit more traction, you know. Just, you know, Trump just sort of sucks the oxygen out of the room, so it's hard to, you know, but DeSantis is really amazing. Like, he is absolutely, you know, I mean, he navigated through COVID like it was nothing. You know, opened up the schools, you know, got a lot of good different types of medication and protocols going there. And he did it the way you were supposed to do it without shutting down the entire you know, state. It wasn't anything like anywhere else.
The street. And once again, look at the guns and look at the drugs.
Thanks, Georgina.
And look at the dead people and tell me, why is it a good thing to legalize mind-altering drugs? And all across this nation, in Oregon, in California,
that's right,
we've seen them either decriminalize.
Look at it, he's sort of sounding like an attorney general, you know. That was always my dream, is that Grady Judd would be the attorney general of the United States.
Or reduce felonious drug charges to misdemeanors in California, where they don't hold people accountable, while the people of this country and of this state and in this county are dying from drugs. We're going to do all we can to protect your children and keep them safe. We're going to do all we can to make sure that people don't die.
That's a total waste. I wanted to be vice president. Now, Grady Judd needs to instill his law enforcement beliefs throughout the country, and the way he does it, the way he communicates, all of that stuff. I think I wish every single county in the United States had somebody just like him, who communicates, gives a damn. You know, you're not left wondering anything at the end. I mean, he's the absolute best by a mile. There isn't anybody anywhere close to as good as he is.
As a result of the drug or of the gun.
Yeah, but they run the law enforcement of the country. You see what I'm saying? Like, he could sort of get it through that. Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind if DeSantis was VP, but we were talking about Grady Judd. So when you said he, that's what I thought you were talking about. Or I guess, like, maybe I'm talking, well, let's see, not Attorney General. Who's the guy that does the, like the, Department of Justice or something? You know, like the head of the Department of Justice. Something like that. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But maybe there's some overlap there. I don't know. No, not defense.
But look at this once again. When you have this kind of gun, we have detectives that are facing this in order to keep this country and this state and this county safe. And they do it every day and every night while you're able to sleep peacefully in your home. Questions?
A lot of us
racketeering is, I mean, it's organized crime, but let me look and see what the perpetrator set up a coercive, fraudulent extortionary or otherwise illegal coordinated scheme or operation, a racket to repeatedly or consistently collect a profit.
And her daughter, because they were related to
Hey, thanks,
that
Amber. Yep.
3-year-old boy who was tragically killed in Lakeland earlier this year. Should we assume, what are your thoughts about any connection between fentanyl trafficking and that shooting?
Well, Hector and Pilar are the grandparents of the 3-year-old that was murdered in a shooting in the city of Lakeland. The city police department is investigating that case. That is their other daughter, not this daughter.
Yeah, it's the Department of Justice, not the Attorney General. So you're right, I got that one wrong there.
How did the shooting occur? Guns. Why did the shooting occur? Drug deal gone bad? Death of a 3-year-old baby, a beautiful 3-year-old baby? Guns? Drugs?
You might be good at the FBI too, though, right?
We've got to understand. You've got to hold people accountable and make them responsible for having guns and selling drugs.
What's funny, truthfully?
And moving drugs in the community. Because if it weren't for these people using, these people couldn't sell drugs. But it's already cost Hector and Pilar a beautiful 3-year-old grandchild. But it's not related to this investigation. That was his other daughter, and I'm not saying it was not part of their drugs someplace else, but it didn't wrap in this investigation.
Is DCF taking custody of any of the children?
I'm not sure the current status, but I can assure you of this, that we report to DCF, and there some of the charges. This is why, you know, they just don't pay any attention, okay? They don't think it's going to occur to them, but let me show you this picture once again. If you see Jimmy Lee, who is a beautiful young lady, and Miguel, a sharp-looking young man.
Miguel. Hey, thanks again. Georgina Stoliker. I put you in there for your membership gifting, too. Spin again, please. I already have stuff. Oh, if you win? Okay. So if you win, I'll spin again. And then Bilbo, as in Bilbo Baggins. By the way, I just watched the entire Lord of the Rings series again, the extended edition, from start to finish. Man, that's the greatest. I mean, man, that was amazing. Unbelievable how they did that.
And you think, oh, that's a nice couple. They had a room dedicated to packaging this. It was the room directly across from the playroom of the 2- and 4-year-old child that they had together. And DCF knows that, and that was reported to DCF when we arrested them. So they are packaging fentanyl that he's wearing a mask for to protect him. And yet this going on in the room adjacent to where the 2- and 4-year-old children played. You think it's a problem? I know it's a problem.
So all those people on the bottom 2 rows were buyers?
And sellers.
Yeah, they were reselling on, some of them were
Just
reselling.
to get their money back.
They were purchasing to use. And some of them, the entrepreneurs, were purchasing enough to resell so that they could make enough money to pay for their drug habit.
Do you know which 2 died?
They're in red here. Okay?
Oh, they died? Those 2 people died? I think I missed that part.
Is there ties or connections to another country?
Right. Well, obviously, here's this drug supply. But we know that the fentanyl's coming out of Mexico. As we've discussed in our other investigations, it's coming out of Mexico.
So there are 4 dead people? Because there's more in red.
Where a lot of it's coming from. And it's coming into California. It's being distributed. I had an ABC Los Angeles reporter here 2 or 3 weeks ago talking with me because they're distributing it all over the nation through LAX And in addition to that, if you watch that 3 series or look it up, nobody's policing for it at LAX. No one. At the end of the day, that's where it's coming from. We, on one of the previous operations, safe operations that we worked with our colleagues from FDLE, we tracked it to a safe house and couldn't get the Los Angeles Sheriff's Office to knock on the door with us to serve a first-degree felony Florida warrant, because they don't knock on doors because it's dangerous. Well, that's why it's dangerous, because you're not putting anybody's butt in jail. It's not dangerous here because we arrest people and take guns away from criminals that don't have any business with guns. But that's not happened in Los Angeles. So the flood of drugs here is being enabled by the crazy policies in California, and it's flooding across our porous border. It's a train wreck every day. And yet we watch government officials elected at the national level, the federal level, and the state level do nothing while your relatives die in the United States because of their lack of interest. That's not happening here. We care about your relatives and your children, and we're going to do everything we can to keep them safe. But when the sale of drugs like this can cause a 3-year-old baby to be murdered, that's a scary thing.
Why did this take 3 years? Is that typical for an undercover investigation?
Because we started working this at a street level thinking it's just another street case, okay? And then it was, whoa, this is not just a street case. And then it was, well, there's legitimate businesses that are fronts that are being used to laundry. So then we go through the wiretap process, and that's another process. And then we end up with the search warrants. But this is not the only case we're working on in the last 3 years. You have seen us over and over and over do big, safe cases with a lot of fentanyl. And it's not just because we were working on this one case, but we're working on a lot of other cases, just like we're going to be here before you in the future months talking about other big cases. Well, they're being worked on while this one's being worked on, while the others are being worked on. So quite frankly, there's enough volume of this, it just takes a while to get to it all. And this one we saw got extra complicated. These people were good. You didn't see them selling drugs at a local level out of their legitimate business. Now, why? Because they didn't want to put heat on the legitimate business. Hector's getting on guys, don't smoke marijuana here. It's bad for business. So it was a complicated investigation. The detectives were fantastic, but they were working a lot of other major investigations at the same time as well. So when you put it all together, it took a little while to get it to where it is today.
Sure. Did you say how long they've been doing this? Like how long they've had the legitimate businesses, how long they've been...
I don't know how long they've had the legitimate businesses. We started looking at it as a street case in 21. And then during this investigation, because our detectives are simply the very best, we go, hey, this is tied to these guys who are running this business. Then it takes a while to develop and write your probable cause. It's not easy to get an intercept.
Right, it was like millions of dollars they've laundered, you said, so
yeah.
They've been doing it for a long time, do you know?
Not a long time. I mean, when you're selling 500 to 1,000 bags a day, you know, they're cranking out some street dope. If you don't think that there's a lot of street dope being used and sold, that means you're either naive or we've done a real good job of keeping these dopers away from what I call civilized, normal, law-abiding society.
Sure. Is anything the
Thank
department
you, Ginger
can do
Keys,
to stop the drug floating over here before we go?
Yeah, Reagan was the governor of California. Look at it right now. Gavin Newsom is an embarrassment to mankind. What a joke that person is.
Go to this kind of operation?
Yes, sir. Thank you for asking. Is there anything we can do to stop the drug flow? Yeah, we can.
I got an idea. Let's give sex change operations to illegal aliens that have been here for at least 10 years.
Seal off the border. We can quit letting the criminals flow across this border and bring in their drugs. We can cut that. We can. It's a wide open faucet now. We can ramp it down to a drip. I'm not naive enough to tell you we can stop it all, but we could bring it down to a drip. But that gets into other policy, federal policy. What's the president doing? You know, this political office, that political office. But the bottom line is, the criminals are pushing illegal immigrants across here. And these illegal immigrants want to come here to do better for their family. So while all the officials are tied up with the infrastructure and dealing with these folks, then they're flooding victims of human trafficking and drugs and guns across the border here. The cartels are manufacturing floods of people to tie up the resources while they flood dope across this country to poison us in the United States. So the cartels are taking advantage of the horrible border policy, and the federal government gets an F.
Can I get an amen? That's not cool, Gray. That's political, you bastard. He's just saying that because... No, he's saying it because it's true, okay?
McDonald's, Walmart parking lots, Publix parking lots, and clearly could have gone sideways.
What do you mean I have you blocked, Robin? I can see your name there. Robin, you seem like a really big drama person. Nobody's
Usually
following
the
along
drug
with
deal
your
spot is
crying
picked
and
by the guy
deleting
that's
comments and
delivering
everything.
The drugs where he feels comfortable. If we can control the drug deal spot, we want it in the most remote area possible. The drug dealer doesn't want that. He wants the crowds of people around so he or she can blend in. So that raises the risk to the community as well. We have systems and processes in place to minimize the exposure and the risk to the public. But understand, these dope dealers want to do their drug deals in a very crowded parking lot.
Can you check out that Robin account up there? She's just making weird comments and then said, "Gray, you have me blocked," even though I referred to her 2 minutes ago.
They're evil people. They don't care about you. They don't care whether you die or a 3-year-old dies. They don't care whether there's a shootout.
Well, then your comments were removed by Google, okay? Because they delete certain words that people say, okay?
I think these
YouTube,
shootouts in the streets that you're seeing over in Tampa right now are because the chess game went bad last weekend? No. It's a drug deal gone bad. Are gangsters fighting for territory for drug deals? And until we turn the heat up on the rule makers across this nation, that, hey, we're tired of it. We're tired of the shootings. Now, do you see them running and gunning every night in Polk County? No, because we're on their butt every night in Polk County. But you see it all across the nation, and you see innocent people dying. And it's all about this and territories. That's what it's about. Anything else? God bless you all. Have a great weekend. We'll see you when the next fools violate the law. Take care.
Maybe I should get that one. We'll see you when the next fools violate the law. All right. What else do I got here? Anything? We're currently, what are we at? 62 short of the goal. So if we get to the goal, we'll do the spin. If not, we transfer to the next day. So if you guys want to have a rally here and we can get up there, then that would be awesome. That was a good, look at all those people that were arrested. See, in Oregon, just finally made it criminal again. After we got just, our whole city of Portland got decimated. It's unreal. I mean, an absolute joke, let's decriminalize it. Yeah, let's have open smoke areas too, and just, let people camp on the streets, Ridiculous. Insane. I would have got the National Guard in there and just got them out in 2 seconds if I was the governor. And moved them to a park somewhere and put, Jesus crap. God, that was really loud. Ugh. I would have put like a fence around it. And what you do is you gotta control where the homeless people live. And I would let them out whenever they want out, but you have security around it. And they can go out and go do their panhandling, get something to eat, and then come back. But they don't get to live on the streets anymore. It's so disgusting what they've done to Portland. What happened to the... why'd you delete that comment? That Heather, I didn't even get to read it. What did it say? Hello, what happened? What did Heather N's comment say? I couldn't read it. Said something, but he deleted your comment on accident. I don't know what it said. I didn't get to read it. Why do they always trash the... I don't know. I don't know why they do that. How long before they're out on the streets again? I gave super sticker, didn't... Oh, you didn't type anything? Okay, well, thanks, Heather. I'm not sure why it was deleted, but I can see it right there. I think I shut down my music. You know what we could do, you guys, is do the old, see if we can get up to the goal tonight by playing the newspapers.com, the old-fashioned thing, looking for an old cold case of some kind that we can look at. But try to find like a serial killer victim. Anybody interested in that? What does Okinawa dance have to do with anything? That's not going to get us anywhere. Not sure if people are interested or not. Yeah, so you send in super chats, and then you type in you give me words to use for the search, and try to land on something that is, and you can even say the year, but I don't want you to, what I don't want is when people do it to, like you already know what you're looking for and you want me to find it. This is just a random search for something. And then you can actually look it up and determine. Sometimes you find actual cases out there that are these wild cases that happen that nobody really ever talks about because they just don't. Alright, well, we'll give it a shot. Let's see if we'll do it. Because it's not, you don't type it in, it's just super chats only you get to play this one. So don't go, hey, how about this one? Like Zozo always does. She'll do it again now because I just said that. But you know how it goes. Yeah, so right here we'll zero everything out. And now we're just waiting. What do you want to... Who's playing? Yeah. So you give like a phrase, something like, headless body found, or something like that. You can be more specific. Well, and if nobody plays, then we're not going to play it. Everybody's like, yeah, let's do it, but then they didn't play. Now, I just told you that's a super chat game. You don't type in stuff like jawbone and stuff like that. I'm not typing it in. It's to help try to raise funds on the channel, and also try to find a case that I could actually... It's actually like 2 or 3 times it led to a case that I could look up. I'll wait 1 more minute, and if nobody plays, we're not doing it. And we'll just call it a day. There's one right there. Okay, finally. Jesus. So this one says, Jessica Schubach. I'll put that there. Let me put your name up in the spin area. Dismembered body found in abandoned cabin. Hey, look at that. Will that come up with something? This is 1929 right here. Story of finding dismembered body of young girl in abandoned automobile. That's different. Okay, let me put actual quotes around it to see if that's exactly what shows up somewhere. Alright, so dismembered body found in, how about, you don't need the word abandoned cabin, Yeah, maybe there's one somewhere. I don't think so. Let me get rid of the quotes. See if we can get lucky on a... This is 1910 right here. It says authorities have been able to identify the dismembered body found in the cellar of his Hillsborough Crescent home. I think that's in England. This one's 1934. It says something like officers intensive inquiries at Brighton today in an effort to solve the mystery of the woman whose dismembered body was found in a cabin. There we go. Even had the cabin in there. See? No, it isn't. Cabin trunk. Never mind. In the railway station cloakroom. What's it saying over here? A man in a saloon car is stated to have disposed a trunk at the station on Derby. The suitcase containing a woman's legs believed to belong to the body were found in a cloakroom of King's Cross Station yesterday. Thanks. Let's see. Let me just look for one that's more recent. Let me just do up here about 1960 to 1990. Yeah, 1978. Bud Jackson hunts bears and bodies. Wow. Jeez. Logan found the dismembered remains of a... What the hell is this guy? That's too much of a huge story, but maybe I'll keep that on the side. The dismembered body of a man was found eventually near an area where Jackson and some companies had hunted earlier. It really didn't surprise Jackson to find the body because the dogs and the lion hadn't acted normally during the hunt. Not really sure. How about 1987? Krug's neighbors to testify. 37-year-old Waikiki man was seen and heard abusing his wife verbally before parts of her dismembered body were found in a trash dumpster at their condominium. And the word cabins happens to be on the same page. Well, that's a pretty good one there, Jessica Schubach. Now we'll move to the Plato, body found with ice pick through heart. That's pretty intricate there. Pretty intricate. Let's see. That doesn't have it. Let's see, body. How about just ice pick through heart? I'm pretty sure you're finding a body at that point. Wow, look at that, 1961. This guy, California man survives ice pick through heart. A man accidentally fell on an ice pick. Well, that one's not nefarious, so we'll just find something else. Now, is this the same guy? A man accidentally fell on an ice pick Thursday, and it went into his chest up to the handle, passing through his heart. King Jenkins, 53, manager of an automobile agency, calmly drove 3 blocks to a hospital, walked in, and had surgery for removal of the pick. The hospital says he's doing very well. These are all 1961. Well, here's one from 74. Is that in there? The fog that loses it so badly, mangled. He is of no use to his owner and any longer, so he puts an ice pick through his heart. Man accidentally, that's the same one. 1961, 61, 74. This one's 83. It's just a... Well, there's a few in there, Plato. Let's see, ice pick. What are you talking about, Plato? Is it one of the ones on the screen that I didn't see? I didn't see it. Come on. Alright, well, we gave that one a shot, Plato. Looks like there was some on there. Body found in blackberry patch. There we go. Probably blackberry bushes is what I would say. Come on. Do it again. Thanks, Lisa Valenzuela and Gene Salzman. Got to put that one in the spin up there. All right. 1903, dead body of woman found in blackberry bushes at Akron. Okay, here's one in 1930. Let's see what it says here. The body of a woman with head and limbs attached. Wow, I wonder why they said that. Found in blackberry patch near Hudson. I wonder if this is in Cleveland, where they had all those. What's this? I don't know. I wonder why they mentioned that, though. Almost like, hey, we found a whole bunch of bodies that have been dismembered. This one isn't. Identified today by Marshall Clyde Smith of North Randall. Apparently Miss Smith had been murdered by shooting about 3 weeks ago. The limbs and head then had been severed, and tossed into the blackberry patch along with the torso. Oh, jeez. No, it said limbs detached, not attached. Oh, shit. Man, that's a crazy one right there. (1903). About 3 months ago, William McCracken, a well-known young married man of the city, disappeared. Search was made everywhere, but in vain. Late Saturday afternoon, 2 boys out blackberry berrying in a woods north of town found the decomposed body and recognized him by the clothes. Found in blackberry bushes. They think he took his own life, though. Well, there you go. I wonder what the dismembered one, that was kind of weird, though. Right, now we're on to body parts found in fishing net by Lisa Valenzuela. It didn't say that. How about body found? That should show up for something. Looks like, or movies. You must have been watching some TV shows or something. Doesn't say that in there. You'd think that would be something out there. Some fishing boat with the nets would have pulled in a body that was in the ocean or something. But didn't see it, didn't see it. Georgina Stiliker, body in... No, there it is. I missed the one up above. Gene Salzman. Did I get you over there? Let's see. Yeah. Hers is body floating in tank of yogurt. What do you think the odds of that being something? I just can't imagine that being. Body found in... How about? Body found in yogurt tank. I'll even do the quotes on the side. No, I don't think that shows up there, Gene Salzman. I gave it a shot. I gave it a shot. And then now we've got Georgina Stiliker's wood chipper. I think you does a wood chipper always have a dash in it like that? Okay. Doesn't need it. Man guilty of murdering wife, running body through wood chipper. Oh, Jesus. 1989. This is in Connecticut. A former airline pilot accused of killing his flight attendant wife and putting parts of her body through a wood chipper was found guilty of murder Tuesday and faces up to life in prison. Richard Crafts, 51, appeared unemotional with his hands clasped behind his back when the verdict was read after a 9-week trial. Sentencing was set for January 8th. Murder carries a sentence of 25 years to 60 years, which is considered a life term in Connecticut. He's calm. He does wish for us to appeal, and he still maintains he's innocent of this crime, said Kraft's attorney Gerald Smith, who unsuccessfully argued that the victim Kraft Danish-born wife Helly may still be alive. I'm just going to guess here, but I think generally when you put a body in a wood chipper, they're not still alive. I know it's out there, you know. What happened in this one? What's his name? Richard Kraft. Richard Kraft's murder of Helly Kraft. I guess it's in Wikipedia even. Look at that. That's pretty, Born Helly Lork Nielsen, July 7, 1947, November 1986, was a Danish flight attendant who was murdered by her husband. Helly Nielsen married Richard Kraft in 1975 and settled with him in Newton, Connecticut, United States. Helly continued working as a flight attendant while raising their 3 children. On November 18, 1986, friends dropped Helly off at the couple's Newton residence after she had worked a long flight from Frankfurt, West Germany. She was never seen again. That night, a snowstorm hit the area. The next morning, Richard said he was taking Helly and their children to his sister's house in Westport. When he arrived, Helly was not with him. Over the next few weeks, Richard gave Helly's friends a variety of stories as to why they were unable to reach her, that she was visiting her mother in Denmark, that she was visiting the Canary Islands with a friend, or that he simply did not know her whereabouts. Helly's friends were aware that Richard had a volatile temper and grew concerned. Helly had told some of them, if something happens to me, man, how many times have we heard this? Don't assume it was an accident. On December 1st, the private investigator, Keith Mayo, reported her missing to the Newton police. Richard Crafts was known to local law enforcement for his work as a volunteer police officer in Newton. And in 1986, Kraft was working as a part-time police officer in their nearby town of Southbury. Wow, this is nuts. Convinced that Richard Kraft was involved in Helly's disappearance, but unable to persuade local police to investigate him for the murder, Mayo took his findings to the county prosecutor. Let's just see what it says on it. Richard Kraft murder trial began in May 1988, where it was moved due to extensive local publicity. The case went to the jury after 54 days. On July 15, 1988, the 17th day of jury deliberations, a single juror, the only juror in favor of acquittal, refused to continue, and the judge declared a mistrial. Wow. A second trial in Norwalk ended in a guilty verdict. On November 21st, 1989, Richard was sentenced to serve 50 years in prison. Let me see if the word wood chipper is in here. There it is. Richard's credit card record shows several unusual purchases around the time Helly vanished, including a freezer that was not found in the house, bed sheets, a comforter, and a rental of a wood chipper. Among papers provided to a private investigator by Richard was a receipt for a chainsaw. Holy crap, man! This would make a good video, don't you think? Like if you were just going to make a video about this case. It's crazy. Let me see. I'm just going to put him over here. Helly had, let's see. It says a key piece of evidence was provided by Joseph Hine, a local man who worked for the town of Southbury and drove the town's snowplow in the winter. On the night of November 18th, hours after Helly had been seen, Hine was plowing the roads during the snowstorm when he noticed a rental truck with a wood chipper attached, parked close to the shore of the lake. Bone chips, look at this crap, man. Oh, man. Well, that was a good one there, Georgina Stoliker. All right. So what was the next one? Georgina Stoliker and then Bilbo. Thanks, Bilbo. And then we have Amber Maiden, women missing from job site. Yeah, there's got to be a lot of those, don't you think? No. Oh, there goes my stomach. This one. How come it doesn't have an answer? Woman missing from job site. That seems like really basic. Let's see. Maybe not job site. Maybe women missing from work. I don't know if that's probably too generic. Oh, well, there's, you know. State police were looking for a woman who disappeared from Unimart convenience store where she works early Friday. According to police, Tammy M. Harmon, 30, of Lewis disappeared from the store on Route 1 sometime after 4 a.m. Harmon was working the midnight shift at the store. Police said the store manager called the store to check on the woman but could not get an answer. Then he telephoned police, who found Harmon missing. Also gone was the woman's car, an undisclosed amount of cash, and the store video surveillance tape. Oh. Huh. Well, that could have been somebody abducted her. What's her name? Tammy M. Harmon. Huh. I kind of want to figure out what happened to this one. Where is this? This is in Florida. Okay, let's try to find it. Tammy M. Harmon. And that was 1997. How about like to 2005 or something? Then Florida. Did she show up again? No, that's the same article. The first one. Woman disappears from Unimart. That's the same one. I don't see an answer to it. I'll just do 1997. Here, let me shut my office door over here. Yeah, 1997. So we can just find those. Oh, we already did it. 28. So there's no updates on that one. Unfortunately. Alright, so then we move down to, hey, Bilbo! Look at that. Bilbo Baggins! My neighbor admittedly killed 4 of my cats. Should I report him or be afraid? Jesus. Are you serious? When did this happen? I think you need to report that. I mean, he should be put in jail for that, don't you think? That's ridiculous. And then hyoid bone fracture. Well, that's going to be, you know, that's the typical strangulation. You probably have one per year. I'm going to get rid of that one now. Hey, guess what, guys? We only another $6 and we're at the goal. All right. Let's see right here. Hyoid bone fracture occurred before or after Levi's death. Oh, is this Sandra Levy? Maybe you can type what might be more interesting if you did like skeleton, something like that. And all the fractures I see on the hyoid bone and on the facial skeleton are due to postmortem erosion. Hey, thanks so much, Gene Darcy. But don't keep that, keep you from playing if you want to play. It does have, let's see. Alright. Maybe I'll try one. I think hyoid, that one's too common, like there's too many of them. You just wanted me to say hyoid bone, yeah, whenever I do hyoid bone, the second time I say boing every single time. I can't get around it. Body found scalped. That might get some from 1800s in there. I'll switch it around too. Yeah, there's an absolute, this is from 1921. Grass Valley, California, December 18th. The body of Peter Cadden, scalped and bearing a stab wound in the neck, was found here today by a party of fellow Postal Service employees. Well, maybe one of them went postal, who organized a searching party after the local police had failed to locate him. Cadden had a letter carrier, has been missing since Thursday. Had been missing. (1907). The courier who carried the report and the letter was killed on the way. His body was found scalped, but he had been plundered of everything he wore or bore. What the hell is that? And irreparable damage. Yes. Remember how we covered that one story, that movie that Leonardo DiCaprio was in, but we just randomly came across it, and then I went over the whole thing, and it turns out it was like this story that was just coming out, a movie. Pretty weird. Well, that one had some. There's going to be a million of these, though. 1908. Or was that still time when there was still, like, scalping? That's just so random. In later years, I mean, when there was the battles between the Native Americans and, the cowboys and stuff, shit like that happened. All right, Feral AFA. Thank you. Let's see. Body found eaten. Did you watch a movie last night? Maybe, or watch the show The Walking Dead or something? Oh, that's not good. Body found eaten by pet dogs. The bodies of a man and a woman who had been dead for some time were found locked in an apartment with pet dogs that had begun eating the corpses, authorities said Monday. The bodies were discovered Sunday evening after neighbors complained to the building manager, Melvin Bonilla, about a strong odor and incessant dog barking emanating from the apartment. Bonilla said the bodies were found on couches with beer bottles littering the floor. Due to decomposition, officers could not immediately determine the cause of death. We are investigating them as suspicious deaths. The bodies were believed to be the apartment resident Dennis Arnold Rice, 54, and a 32-year-old niece. There was no positive identification of their body as of Monday afternoon, according to Larry Esslinger. It was unclear when the deaths occurred, but Vargas said the dogs apparently began chewing the feet of the bodies when there was nothing else to eat. Man, that's crazy. Jeez. I wonder how they died. Well, hell, shouldn't we figure out the answer to this one? What was the guy's name? Melvin Bonilla. I kind of want to look at that next one now, but anyways, no. Hold on. In case of body found eaten by alligators. Melvin Bonilla. That was 1983. No, wait. Oh, crap. Oh, right here. Is that the one? 1999. Yeah. Man, that one comes back with some crazy ones. That was April 6, 99, and then February. God, look at this one. Are you kidding me? Look at this one. Have you ever heard of this one before? The body of a man found in a derelict storefront was eaten by cats at an autopsy on the skeleton remains confirmed yesterday. The autopsy failed to determine the cause of death. I guess he didn't want to be alive in 1999 in an apartment complex. Hey, thanks, Feral AFA. Body found eaten by cats. Man, you never see that. That's some crazy crap. But what's weird is his name doesn't show up. Oh, wait, no, it didn't change the name. So let me go back and try that again. So it was Melvin Bonilla. All right, let's try it one more time. And where was this? California. All right, we got to figure out what happened, how they died in there. April 6, April 6, April 6, April 6. Let's go up here. Okay, so this is how you do it. You type in April, like APR up in here, APR 1999, right? And once you do that, you can click on here, and then it'll tell you, it'll put a blue dot wherever it shows up again, and it never shows up again, ever. How ridiculous. They never went back and answered the question. Yeah, you never see that. So let's see. What would a serial killer see? Now you could say something like, woman's headless body found in bag. Go like that. Okay, so that's not going to be. This headless body found. On railroad. Okay. How about 1960 to 1979? Yep, there's one right there. Headless body of a young woman found near railroad line on Lim, Cheshire at 3 a.m. today. Believed to live locally. More than 30 police officers investigating, but so far we have no indication of cause of death. Well, maybe the train. You ever thought of that? 1974. Woman's headless body found. The headless body of the wife of former St. Augustine mayor has been found in the front yard of her home, police report. Officers said they were called to the scene Wednesday night by a neighbor who reported hearing screams from the home of Athalia Lindsley, about 50, wife of former Mayor James Lindsay. St. Johns County Sheriff Dudley Garrett said Miss Lindsay's body had been decapitated by an unknown weapon. He said there were no signs of a struggle inside the house. Police said Lindsay and his wife, who were married last September, occupied separate homes here. Lindsay was twice mayor of St. Augustine. Yeah, I might have to store that one too, whatever the hell went on in that one. Here's another one from 1967. The headless body of a woman was found in the bedroom of her apartment on Detroit's north side yesterday. See, these are the ones. See what I'm saying? When you type those in, it's crazy. On the north side yesterday, her head was found in the bathtub only a few feet from the bedroom. The woman was identified as Miss Cleota Smith. Haven't we done that one? God, how come that sounds so... Well, no, we've done a Cleo Smith case. Jesus, that's crazy. But we did a Cleo, I think Cleota or Leota something or other. About 33 by Detective Irvin Baranski of the Homicide Bureau. Police made the gruesome discovery when called by Mrs. Smith's landlord. Baranski said Mrs. Smith apparently had been killed last Friday or Saturday. He said she was last seen Friday. The detective said it appeared the woman was slain in the bedroom of the severed head, and the severed head was then carried down a short hallway to the bathroom. A bloodied butcher knife, believed to be the murder weapon, was found in the kitchen, although there was blood in the bedroom. Baranski said there was no trail. That's weird. Let's see. A bloody butcher knife, believed to be the murder weapon, was found in the kitchen. Although there was blood in the bedroom, Baranski said there was no trail. Wow. So he must have put it like in a bag and then brought it to the apartment had not been ransacked, the detective said, apparently ruling out robbery as a motive. He said he believes she had a regular job but did not know where the minister said she was. Here, let me, what's her name again? Cleota Smith, right? The murder of Cleota Smith. Cleota Smith murder. Okay, now I have to look it up again. I'll get to that one up there in a minute. What the hell happened? Dad killed family, self to end constant quarreling. Jesus. Anyways, Mrs. Cleota Smith. This is 1967. Are you guys interested in this one? Then you kind of want to figure out what happened to her? The second. God, there's no answers. Woman was identified as Miss Cleota Smith, and this is in Ohio. So how about if I do November? Okay, good. Now there's one on the 3rd. Now we might get answers. Nope. Let me put the quotes around her. That's about the only way you're going to make sure. So we got the 2nd. Now there might be... Wow, how come there's one in August? Who's this person? Miss Cleota Smith. No. How about 1967 to 1980? man, these guys are terrible at like keep going on these, you know. Hey, thanks E.G. Moore and Cynthia N. Okay, I don't know what happened to Cleota Smith. And then, okay, so what is that? Critter Lover Jesse. Body found in a silo. That's different. That's a silo blast. Yeah, what's going on with this? What's happening here? Workers digging through tons of steel and concrete found a 34th body in the ruins of a large Mississippi River grain elevator Monday. The body of Alan Salazar, 34, of Marrero, Louisiana, was removed from the rubble 4 days after an explosion. So let's see, when is this? Is all like 1977. Okay, so let's get outside of, so 1950 to 1976. Any? Body found in silo. Oh, there's another event in 64. Okay, how about this one? The partly decomposed body of a man was found Saturday in an abandoned silo on a farm about 5 miles southeast of this Mohawk Valley community. State police and other officials sought to identify the body, which they said was that of a black man about 35 years old. The body was found under some hay by 2 men who were demolishing the silo, which last was used about 9 years ago. Jeez. That's crazy. Is that a different one? The mutilated body, there we go, that might be something. A mutilated body of Harold Skeets of Andover, Hampshire, who should have attended his father's funeral at St. Mary's Church, Andover, today, was found late last night in the top story of a 100-foot silo at Messrs. McDougall's Mills, Andover, where he was employed as a screensman. It is believed that Miss Skeets, who was working late, became entangled in some of the machinery and that his arm caught in a fan belt. An inquest will be held. Oh, Jesus, that's gross. All right, well, we've outlived the silo searches. All right. Looking forward to the spin. Oh, well, there you go. I think I got you in there, didn't I? Yeah. Cynthia, and body found in oven. And guess what? We are 5 away from me giving away 5 memberships. So really close, really close. And we'll do the spin. So what do you think of that? The body found in oven. Jeez. Try that again. Oh, there's Heathered N. That should be enough. So that'll make it. And here we go. There we go. There we go. And who got him? So Heather get one to Russian Aloha, Simplify, then Texas Annie, and Berserker Loki, Deb V, and Donna Aldridge. There you go. Now look at this. Man, I don't know if I want to look at this one. A boot company employee said Tuesday he almost went bananas when a woman led him to her mobile home and showed him her 20-month-old son, who burned to death in the oven with his feet and hands bound. Who the hell? What's going on here? Wendell Clark, a vacationing employee for Acme Boot Company, said he was getting something to eat when Ellen Therian, 27, of the St. Bethlehem community, knocked on his trailer door. Her eyes were glazed and she looked like she was in shock, Clark said. "Follow me," she told me. As I was leaving the trailer, I called back to Jennifer Clark's sister-in-law to call police. When we opened the door to her trailer, I smelled something burning. When I saw it was a baby, I almost went bananas. Then I got a hold of myself and ran back home and called an ambulance. Mrs. Therian was charged Monday with first-degree murder in the death of Charles Therian, authorities said. Detective Frank Wall said the woman was sent to the Middle Tennessee Mental Health Institute in Nashville for examination. Authorities said Miss Therian had been treated at the Harriet Cohn Mental Health Center in Clarksville. Dr. James Bellinger, county medical examiner, said the baby apparently had died from massive burns over his body. He called it about the grisliest case I've ever worked on in 10 years. Investigators answering the call found the child's body in the kitchen stove oven with the hands and feet bound and what appeared to be tape across his mouth. He said no motive has been established. Jesus. Have you guys heard of this thing? So that was the baby. Yeah, that's nuts. Sorry about that one, but hey, that's what you get sometimes, these crazy stories that show up. That was 1983. A woman convicted of killing her 20-month-old son by roasting him in an oven was sentenced to life in prison despite testimony she was mentally disturbed. Well, of course, Ellen Therian was found guilty Tuesday of murder. A Montgomery County Criminal Court jury deliberated 4 hours before reaching its verdict. Mrs. Therian pleaded innocent by reason of insanity. Oh, I'm glad she got life in prison. She deserved it. Yeah, is that another one? I mean, that's 83, and then this is... What's going on? Police who responded to a disturbance at an apartment smelled the unmistakable odor of burned human flesh and arrested a mother and her live-in boyfriend after discovering a 4-year-old girl body in an oven. One neighbor who inquired about an odor at the couple's apartment Saturday said she was told Lucifer was burning in the oven. When police arrived, they found the body of 4-year-old Angela Palmer. Police Sergeant William Fournier said Sunday. Charged in the girl's death are her mother, Cynthia Palmer, 29, and live-in boyfriend John Lane, 36. An autopsy Sunday showed Angela had died of extensive burns, and evidence indicated she had died in the oven. What the hell's going on with these people here? I guess note to self, don't look up body found in oven. Okay. It's always going to be a kid too, isn't it? Well, here's one. The partly burned, limbless body of a woman has been found in the oven of a restaurant in New Delhi, India. Police believe she may have been a Westerner, as pieces of white skin were found on the body. Okay. That's that same one. There's 1933. Let's see what we got in this one. Let's see. Chicago, something or other. December 15th, the body of John Job, 53, janitor in a rooming house, was found partly burned in a hastily improvised brick oven here today. In the rooming house, police arrested Fred Markham, 35, a roomer. Mrs. Mitty Threlkeld, a widow, and her 8-year-old son Jackie. Fred and John had a terrible fight Tuesday night. So, hey, I don't like you. I'm going to throw you into an oven. Idiot. So there you go. Tonight was actually a pretty productive one, you know, when you compare them to other times we've done this. I mean, a lot of crazy stories going on. Should I do the spin now, or does anybody else want to get in on the spin? We have two people. You can choose to respin it if you don't want the notebook, pen, and stress ball. But if you win, you have to send me an email with your address and your actual name, not your Play-Doh or, you know, Kitty C313 or you know, those names don't actually, they're not real, right? It is too, Gray. I was born that way. She called me at Kitty. All right. All right, hopefully I got everybody in there. If I don't get you in there, just, you know, if you don't see it, like on the replay, there's people that sit there and stare at the screen hoping, you know, if your name isn't on there, just let me know and I'll put it back on the next night's spin, all right? So it's good to get back to the old spinning wheel. That was the other one from yesterday. Oh, and there's today's. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And these are ones if you did $5 or more, you're in there. It's kind of just a giveaway, you know. For the support of the channel, we gave away 5 memberships as well tonight. Ready? Here we go. Look at that. It's going to be Amber Maiden. All right. Amber Maiden. Very cool. Very cool. Amber Maiden wins. So. Awesome. Yeah, you know what? I'll do another one. Here we go. We'll just do another one. All right. I won't always do 2, but maybe tonight I'll do 2. Since you guys were troopers and got me to the... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Jessica Shoebox gonna win it. Oh! Jessica Shoebox. Look at that. Like 2 mods win. That's pretty amazing. Very cool, very cool. Yep, so you got to send me your an email with your ad. Oh, I think I might have yours, Jessica. I probably have both your... You've ordered a notebook before, haven't you, Amber? Like, I think you're already in the system. But if not, send me your address again. I'll be sending them out. I always wait until I've got like a few to do, so... Yeah. Cool. Well, pretty interesting night. You know, we're not really sure what's going on with those 2, the firemen, or fire, you know, not firemen, they're firefighters. Reagan Anderson and Chandler Kuhbander. There's no, the sucky part is there's been no other sightings after they were up in, where the hell is that place? You know, I keep, oh good, I kept it on the screen that time. I do have a pin there, so where the hell did I have this pin? God, my stomach's just making so many noises. So last spotted up here in Cosby, Tennessee. You know what we could do is try to look her up really fast. I did find her the other day on Ben Verified. Let me just do it again. See if there's any kind of properties that are associated. I don't know if there is. Yeah, there it is. She's 24, Raegan Anderson. Address history 5. We have one in Hinesville. Oh, and then Fleming, Georgia. So where's that? Oh, so that's way down there. Is that what 100? Oh. Oh, interesting. He lived with him. I didn't realize that. So that they actually lived together. They had the same address here. And that was back in, well, they don't have the year for it. But Chandler lives there now, and she had that same address. That's interesting. There's nothing more dangerous than a woman scorned. Or if you remove them as a moderator. Where? Let's see. Well, it's in Georgia. Remember the 2 firefighters, you know? Same mentality, though, of course. Psychos, you know. Yeah, but where was the spotted doing the gas at? Where's that? Can you tell me the location of that? I didn't see that in any of the articles that I had. They went missing on on Tuesday of this week. On the 22nd of this week, she trashed his car because she spotted him on a date with somebody else. And then she got arrested for that. And they had already been broken up. And then 3 days later, she goes in and then she shows up at his gym while he's working out. And apparently she abducted him because his car was still found at the gym's parking lot. And she showed up and then her car is leaving. Oh, in South Carolina. Well, I know that South Carolina is a state. It's huge. Where in South Carolina? Oh, man, my stomach is just... Okay. This is 2 hours ago. All right, let's just play this. This is after the show started.
They were last seen in Cosby, Tennessee, about 30 minutes away from Pigeon Forge. WJCL 22 News' AJ Sisson has been on the story since the beginning, and he has new security camera footage that may help authorities in their search.
This is terrifying, and you have no answers.
On your screen is the last known security camera footage.
Hold on, let me save this.
Of Raegan Anderson on Monday night at an unspecified Circle K in South Carolina.
Did he already
My
kill him?
understanding is that his phone pinged at the same gas station where she utilized her debit card and can visually be seen pumping gas. What I'm able to see, I cannot tell he was in the vehicle.
According to Chandler Kuhbander's parents, he was last seen on Monday morning, leaving Crunch Fitness at the Oglethorpe Mall.
Yeah, let's just see. Pretty sure that's the same building. Yep, that's just what I told you. See, COVID, a lot of companies went out of business, and that's going to be the same exact spot right there. See that? Yep. Now it's Crunch Fitness. Even the same awning and everything, just painted different. See that? So, there you go. See, when you use logic and common sense.
They say they saw security camera footage showing Anderson's car parked near Kuhbander's, and then only saw her car leave.
After that, we don't see him again. His car was still in the parking lot at this time and remained so until they allowed us to go ahead and go get it because we have an extra key for it.
Monday evening is the last time either of their phones made a ping. The FBI Bureau of Knoxville referred me to the Cock County Sheriff's Office on the investigation. I called, but have not gotten a response.
I would encourage anybody that may come into contact.
That's her right there. She looks totally different there. She looks like a beast. Later, there she's pretty, you know, like a normal.
With them to call 911. Any information that they could provide and being a good witness would be beneficial. Providing that information to local law enforcement.
We really hope it keeps going.
The same person?
That may come into contact with them
but have not gotten a response.
How could that be this person? And I can kind of see it, but I don't know, that she probably just looks weird because her eyes are squinted like that.
I would encourage anybody that may come into contact with them to call 911. Any information that they could provide and being a good witness would be beneficial.
Let's known security camera footage of Raegan Anderson on Monday night at an unspecified Circle K in South Carolina.
My understanding.
Unspecified Circle K. Okay, hold on. Let's just see what makes sense. Yeah, Cosby. That's right here, right? Yeah. That's weird. So she kind of like backtracked. Okay, so she drives down like Highway 40. There's one right there. Must be there one now on Google Earth. Yeah, there you go. I bet it's something like that, because it's just sort of heading in there. I wonder if she's like backtracking back to home somehow. And by the way, thanks everybody for supporting the channel tonight and doing the the spinning the wheel's kind of fun to play, right? I mean, this is something to I can give back a little bit. Raegan, Anderson. I have too many pins on the screen. I mean, it's just, yeah. Okay, the Circle K is there, and they're down here, but he went up more north to Cosby. Let me turn off all the roads. I think that's what's causing problem. There we go. That's a lot easier. Yeah, so they're down here. There's a Circle K, and they made it all the way to here, and this is in North Carolina, or South Carolina. So I mean, it could be clear down here. Let's go look at the video again. Maybe I can.
Is that his phone pinged?
Circle K.
And you've had no answers.
On your screen is the last known security camera footage of Raegan and
Actually, looks pretty good for that. Let's see. Like if she was just pumping there and the roads in the background. See that? There's even a divider right here with a pole on it. I don't see the pole unless it's like on the other. Yeah, so I don't see a post in the medium that you see right there. Or could it be, what's she facing? Is it? Yeah, so maybe not this one, because there's no pole in the medium. Maybe we can just look around at a couple of them and see if we can find the one. That one doesn't look right. Can you guys hear my stomach? It just keeps making noises. That's not it. Hey, maybe this one. No.
known security camera footage of Raegan Anderson on Monday night at an unspecified Circle K in South Carolina.
Oh, it says a bunch more. Oh, what? I don't know what that is right there. I can just tell those aren't the right ones. Nah, it seems like it's parallel to the road, don't you think? By the way that is. But it's none of those. Did I already do this one? I don't think so. This one, I don't know, let's see. This one looks pretty, maybe good. Let's see. Man. It's got a pole there. Man, this could be the one here. Where would she be though? Would she be like... What do you mean no sound? What are you talking about? I'm talking. I'm right here. I think it might be right here. Maybe. Let's just see. I don't know. It's too far over that
My
one.
understanding is that his phone pinged
in South Henderson on Monday night at an unspecified Circle K. On your screen is the...
They got that pole and another pole over here. I don't see that, but that's the best one so far, for sure. And there's a pole there. Could she be on this one? Actually, yeah. There's no bushes over there either, so there'd be some bushes by those poles, and there isn't any. And this is like a shot in the dark here, doing this kind of stuff here. Yeah, there's another one right there. God, stomach. Crazy. Yeah, almost found it. Yeah, let's check this one out. If there's a pole and a little... No. Don't see it. Don't see it. Got one more to check. It's always the last one, right? That doesn't look right. Nope. Don't know. But somewhere there's in South Carolina. Did they say what day that was? That she was filmed on that? Right, I read that earlier, Zozo, about the suicide note. I wonder if she just kind of killed him early. Just kind of shot him and like shoved him out of a car, and she's driving around. Because where would he be? How could she tie him up or anything? You know, how would they even be able to tie her up? I thought you went into Rewind to listen. Didn't you say you were going to go do that? Because we switched over to some other stuff after that. But yeah, you sent me this one, right? The screenshot of the... It's right here. It says, she threatened to commit suicide. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what you told me. You went back to rewatch it. Says she threatened to commit suicide and left a note. She stalked him at the gym. She manipulated him to get in the car. I mean, how do you think? What do you think he did, though, Zozo? I mean, do you think she like? I mean, how would she control him at all? She'd almost have to shoot him right away. It's okay, Ginger. Just let the show happen, you know. Don't worry about it. The how would you? Because I read it out loud to you. You know what I mean? So you don't need to see it. I've already showed it once, and then I'm reading it again. Yeah, but how would she make him drive right away? Just get in the car and just have him drive? Yeah, both their phones are turned off. But it sounded like both of them pinged at the gas station, right? Didn't he say that in the thing we were watching? Yeah.
2 Liberty County firefighters have been...
Wait, where was that? Where was that? Where was he doing there? What was he pointing at? What's this thing right here? Is this where the gas station is, or is this where the North Old River Road? Let's see. Wow, that's in South Carolina. So this might be... I'm just gonna... Yeah, I hope they're just getting... They're helping with that. And US 301. North Old River Road and US 301. US 301 and North. It's no big deal, Ginger. It's just, you know, there's so many things going on, I can't always get it. North River Road. That's not what it's called. North Old River Road. Alright, 301 North Old River Road. No, it's 301. That's not what I'm looking for. So there's North... Let me just put a pin on it. I can just do it the way I normally do it. There's a pin on North River Road. Or North Old River Road. And then the other one is US 301. Okay, so does this road continue up? Is it still called that? Let me turn roads on. Jesus, what the hell are they looking at? How about the other one? Clito Road. Well, where is it? Is this not South Carolina then? Oh, I thought it was in South Carolina, but maybe it's Georgia then. But how could North Old River Road be in South Carolina too? I mean, that's just not a really common name there. MacLeod Road's over here. And is there a 301 over here then? Oh, okay, there's 301. 301. And then the other road was North Old River Road. I don't know, nothing's making sense here, I can tell you that. Nothing looks like that anywhere near what I'm looking at here. Box truck. Jeez. Oh, is that something totally different? It's a different story. I was like,
2 Liberty County firefighters.
Maybe that's why it didn't make sense, because it was the ending of a story that wasn't even still talking about it.
Been missing since Monday morning. They were last seen in Cosby, Tennessee, about 30 minutes away from Pigeon Forge. WJCL 22 News' AJ Sisson has been on the story since the beginning, and he has new security camera footage that may help authorities in their search.
This is terrifying, and you have no answers.
On your screen is the last known
Ginger, are you requesting a flyby tonight?
security camera footage of Reagan Anderson on Monday night at an unspecified Circle K in South Carolina.
My understanding is that his phone pinged at the same gas station where she utilized her debit card and can visually be seen pumping gas. What I'm able to see, I cannot tell he was in the vehicle.
No, but I'm saying, are you requesting one? Because you did at the end of the show yesterday.
According to Chandler Kuhbander's parents, he was last seen on Monday morning, leaving Crunch Fitness at the Oglethorpe Mall. They say they saw security camera footage showing Anderson's car parked near Kuhbander's, and then only saw her car leave.
After that, we don't see him again.
I don't know if he said she lost her card.
Security camera footage that may help authorities in their search.
This is terrifying, and you have no answers.
On your screen is the last known security camera footage of Reagan Anderson on Monday night at an unspecified Circle K in South Carolina.
My understanding is that his phone pinged at the same gas station where she utilized her debit card and can visually be seen pumping gas. What I'm able to see, I cannot tell he was in the vehicle.
According to Chandler Kuhbander's parents, he was last seen on Monday morning, leaving Crunch Fitness at the Oglethorpe.
Who said it? Who are you guys talking about? Who said something about a card? Who said something about a card, you guys? No, not used her card. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see.
In Cosby, Tennessee, about 30 minutes away from Pigeon Forge. WJCL 22 News' AJ Sisson has been on the story since the beginning, and he has new security camera footage that may help authorities in their search.
I didn't hear him say it at all.
This is terrifying, and you have no answers.
On your screen is the last known security camera footage of Reagan Anderson on Monday night at an unspecified Circle K in South Carolina.
My understanding is that his phone pinged at the same gas station where she utilized her debit card and can visually be seen pumping gas.
It says she utilized her debit card. She said she utilized her debit card. Did you hear that? Watch.
Pumping gas. What I'm able to see, I cannot tell he was in the vehicle.
According to Chandler Kuhbander's parents, he was last seen on Monday morning.
Alright, well anyways, there we go. That's where we're at on that case, so we'll keep getting updates on it. But let me ask you, let me just for future stuff. So if I'm, like, if I got something on the screen and it blocks and you can't read it at the same time, is that bothersome? Even though I'm reading it out loud, or do you like to see the words on the screen? Because sometimes I can't pay attention to it. I'm looking at something else. But I always see the look at. Hey, look at that. We'll put you on for tomorrow, Aaron Elliott, for the spin. I mean, I know it bothers some people. I just don't know how to fix it And I always get like off track when I'm in the middle of something. When people are going, look it, look it, look it. Wish there was a way I could make it so it doesn't do that, but I don't have a way to do it. And you don't have to be sorry, Ginger Keys up there. You don't have to say something. I'm just like in the middle of something. So sometimes I'm like, oh, come on, who cares? Let me get onto this thing. It's not a big deal, you know. Like, I don't mind. See, this is just like, we're just like all family people here. It doesn't really matter. Nobody's upset. I'm not upset. I have no upsetness at all regarding that. That's just the way I sound sometimes when I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. I just read it, you know. Because I'm like on a mission trying to find something. But it doesn't mean anything. No, I don't think it's just you. I've had people say, look at, Gray, you're covering the, you know, like when you get the super chats up there. Thanks, Aaron Elliott. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of small. But, I'll do the flyby. How about that? Get back into that good mode, you know? Where's the good one? Let me see. Let's see what the ones that I had. These other ones that I flyby Laguna. What is this one? Why did I do this? Oh, it just kind of looked cool. I actually like the Paul Bunyan's toilet one the best. Where's the needles though? That one used to be kind of cool. The needles. Yeah, we haven't done this one. Look how cool this one is. Look at this. Let me put I'm gonna add a flyby to this one. Fly by the needles. Isn't that cool? Look at that. It's like a city made out of rock. But anyways, I think Ginger Keys is mad at me or something. No responses. Alright, anyways, we're going to do the flyby after this, but I thank you all for watching the show. We're going to go ahead and do the... hey, we're doing a flyby, Ginger. We're doing a flyby, okay? Just for you, just for you. Now let me turn off the roads and everything. You always want to have not the roads on, not the labels or anything like that. Why does that thing have a word? Oh, the needles. Get rid of that. Shut that down over here. Okay, good. All right. All right, so we're going to play the rap, and then we'll go right into this. So thanks everybody for watching. Be safe out there. All right, and by the way, hold on. Let me thank everybody. I knew I was missing something. All right, so we got thank you to Timothy Cecil, new member, Jessica Schubach, Timothy Cecil, K. Me, Rob Thompson, Thomason, Kitty C13, 313, Timothy Cecil, 47 months, man, that's a long time. Plato, K. Me, Georgina Stoliker, Michelle H, Lisa Valenzuela, Yaya, at Kitty C313, Jen P, Paulette Leonard, Just a Friend, Gene Salzman, D. Ann Yackley, then Kelly Snyder, then Georgina Stoliker, Peter Wendy Van Rokel, Georgina Stoliker, Amber Maiden, Georgina Stoliker, Bilbo, as in Bilbo Baggins, Ginger Keys, Jessica Schubach, Plato, Just a Friend, Lisa Valenzuela, Gene Salzman, Georgina Stoliker, Bilbo, Amber Maiden, Bilbo, Esther M, Jean Darcy, Just a Friend, Feral AFA, Critter Lover Jesse, E.G. Moore, Cynthia N, Michelle H, Heather gifted a membership, then I gifted 5 memberships, then Georgina Stoliker, Aaron Elliott. I said Ginger Keys, right? I think I said that. But anyways, thank you guys. Yeah, why do you always say where are you going? I've been on it for freaking 3 hours and 10 freaking minutes. I mean. Anyways, thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. Hope you guys like us bringing back in the spin for the notebooks. If I make another set of, I'm almost out of the Chloe ones. I got like 15 left or something. So should I make one that has like me and Chloe and Blue in it? Like a smaller, you know, something? I don't know. Well, good, Ginger. I love all you guys too, you know. Feels weird when I don't do a show or something. Or like yesterday, I wasn't even gonna do a show. I lost 2 members. 2 subscribers, I mean. You know, because I dared to talk about politics that they didn't agree with. And therefore, it's, you know, the cancel culture. Look how awesome these rocks look, though. Look how, if you let it sit for a while, look how clear that is right there. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? I mean, it's like, I don't know how Google, what it does is it has these rotating satellites that actually literally make the model. It's crazy. Yeah, those are always the gifted membership types. You know, they're in there just to cause problems. They basically, the people that come in here that allow themselves to be gifted memberships are stealing memberships from people that can't afford them. No, I don't want them to be back. I don't like those kind of people. Anyways, thanks everybody, and be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, or rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. I'm gonna get you on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. If I think you're gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pop protector, fool deflector, interceptor. And I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. With a respect, y'all. Just remember, I've a temple fucking check ya. I have no agenda. I no pretender. And I'll say to you straight about the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Hey, Grady, this is the needles. This is the needles. I'm stuck. You did hear that, Zozo, you did hear that. Paul Bunyan's toilet. Hey, look at Play-Doh! She loves it when you do that, Gray. Watch this.
I'll show you Paul Bunyan's toilet. I was just about to do that. I like the needles, though. I'm going to have to do this one more of it. Here's Paul Bunyan's toilet. He's like a giant woodsman type guy. See that? There it is.
Yeah, Gray, you showed it to us last time. I know. You said it every single time, Gray.
What are you guys referring to the McStay case for? We've gone over that 15,000 times about how the tracks were in the mud. Remember that? What are you guys talking about? I don't get it. Anyways, let me get back to the music.
It's an oasis, Gray! It's an oasis! It's an oasis!
Ah, would you just calm down? It's not an oasis. Okay, it's just... That was kind of cool though. I was zooming through the little intricate... Look. See, they have this. This is like in Oregon, this guy right here. See, that's Paul Bunyan right there. This really tall dude. You know? He had a big, like a yak or something. Or some kind of cow or whatever the hell it was. See, there he is. There's Paul Bunyan, for those who don't know who the hell that is. Alright? But that was his toilet that we were just looking at. Alright? So thank you guys very much for being here tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Alright? I think I'm going to make a video on... Like, I interviewed one of the ex-coworkers and I had to kind of write down the different notes. I don't know how long it'll be, but, you know. Should be kind of interesting. Don't have her voice or anything, but... So thank you guys, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say... Until next time, be safe out there.
Be safe out there. Hey, you too, Ginger. Hey, good night, Peter.
Wait, you don't say it right. It's supposed to be Peter.
Peter.
Yeah, it just doesn't work for you.
Gosh, Gray, not very nice. Hey, good night, Lanky Tor and Will Lab and Ginger Keys and Paulette Leonard and Lisa Valenzuela and It Is What It Is and, you know, everybody else, you know?
Why'd you whistle like that?
Oh, good night, Kimi.
No, I said, why'd you whistle like that?
I don't know, that's what I wanted to do.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of other people I know who say that same response. Because I wanted to. All right. Well, we'll see you guys later, and be safe out there.
Good night, everybody. Gee.
Oh, brother.